that glow. It's so pretty. And that's not even a lot on my face right now. Get into the glow. Okay, sis. Get into the glow. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Another video of Life with Syd. Today we are doing the Soft Glam Drugstore Makeup Challenge. So I'm going to be filming a whole face with nothing but drugstore makeup. I'll have the products inserted in the video and in the description box with where I got them from and how much they cost. So let's get into it. So the first thing I'm going to start with is primer. Today I'm using the Maybelline Master Prime Face Studio. This one is for redness control and blurring. I don't usually get too red, but blurring the pores is always a good thing. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on my finger and go into my T-zone. Once we have some on all areas, then we'll just rub it in. Got it in my hair. So on this portion of the video, I sped up the process just because doing eyebrows tends to take a little bit longer. If you want an eyebrow tutorial, just comment in the description box and I'll put up another in-depth video about that. So now that the shape is there, I'm going to clean them up with some concealer. So today I'm using the LA Girl Pro Conceal. This right here is my Bible concealer. Haven't switched up since I started. I'm in the color Almond. When I have a tan, I just go up one shade. I think the next shade up is Coffee. But this is what I'm using today, and I'm just using an angle brush so that I can make sure I get the lines clean. But this has an applicator brush if you want to use that too. Just squeeze a little bit out and get it on my brush. Just like that. And then clean up underneath. Just be careful not to mess your arch up too much. And it's going off the bottom. And I always try to like get it to not look like a straight line. So blend it out so that your concealer isn't a completely straight line, but still maintain the line of the brow. And that's a good one right there. Yeah, I definitely should have put my hair up before I started this, but we'll be okay. So now on to the next one. Same thing. So as I was editing this video, I realized that I lost my clip where I was doing my foundation. I used the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in shade 355 Coconut. So I'll have that product inserted now. And I use the same Real Techniques sponge that you see in the next clip. I'm back, and now it's time to blend this concealer in. blend it out, make it look as natural as possible. And again, I'm using my Real Technique sponge. So let's get to it. And if you like a nice little bit of contour on your nose when you're blending, just take your sponge over a tad bit more. Even though this is a full coverage face, it's super lightweight. You don't feel cakey. And it does feel natural so far. It's still gonna look natural at the end. Okay, so we are well blended now, and we're gonna move on to a little bit of powder. So I use the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Powder to bake a little bit. You can bake with the sponge or with the brush, but using the sponge to apply the powder is a lot easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a decent amount on. And I do under my eyes. And I don't do my forehead most of the time because I don't like for my forehead to look super powdery. And even though you're gonna dust it off, you apply full face powder a little bit later in the routine. So I just minimize the amount of baking areas I do. So I do under the eyes, and I do a little bit along my jawline. And doing it along your jawline just helps to accentuate your contour and give your face a little bit more of a shape. Another lost file in my editing process, I used the NYX Highlight and Pro Contour Palette to contour my face. I just contoured my cheekbones and along my forehead and jawline. Okay, so today I'm using the Colourpop Yes Please palette. You can tell mine is a little worn, but I love Colourpop to death. I have been in love with Colourpop since I first started wearing makeup, and their expansion of their brand has been wonderful. This is available at Ulta in the drugstore side, or you can order from Colourpop. It is a 12 pan palette. Mine is very well used, but I decided to use this palette just so that you could get a natural look, because it does have a few natural tones with the browns. You can use any palette that has natural tones to do this shadow look that I'm about to do. I'm not doing anything fancy because once again we're doing soft glam. So I'm using the color Chauffeur, which is this one right here, for my base. I always like to use like a neutral, almost skin tone shade for my base. And since I covered my lids with foundation earlier, I'm not going back in with another primer. Usually I just use concealer for primer if I do go back in, but once again, natural look, it's not necessary. And I'm just going to cover the whole lid with this color, this shade, as a base color. And you can't really even tell I put anything on my lid. It's just kind of nice. I really like this color because it's so natural. And it has a little bit of a pink undertone, so it doesn't look exactly like my skin. And I'm doing the same to the other lid. Just applying the color over the whole lid. I tend to blot my shadows on and then sweep. That's just what works best for me to avoid lots of fallout. There isn't much fallout from this Colourpop palette, but that's just what I prefer to do, is blot and sweep. Now that we have our base color down, I'm going to go back in with the shade Mischief, which is this dark brownish burgundy color, and I'm going to apply this to the outer corner of my lid. And again, we're just going to block that in first. And then go a little bit higher application of this color. Yeah. And you see we have this little brown ombre look almost. I think I'm gonna go ahead and sweep this color into the crease as well. Oh yeah, I'm a fan. You gotta use your finger to really get it to do what you want. So now on to the other eye. I think that's a pretty fair blend. Darken that one up a little bit on the corner here. I'm going to darken this side up a little bit more. Make it a little bit more defined. Okay. And lastly, I'm just gonna take a little bit of a smaller fluffy brush, not as directly placing the color with this brush, and we are going to use the shade Louis, like Louis Vuitton. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna use that shade just a tiny bit towards the front of the lid. And I'm going in really light with this color because it is such a strongly pigmented color. I'm getting super light with the application because it's so strongly pigmented. And to bring it all together, I'm just gonna dab back into Chauffeur a little bit, just a tiny bit, blow the excess off, and go back over the front of the lid to kind of take away some of the depth of that pigment and give it a little bit more of a natural brown look. So nothing too serious for the shadow. And I'm done with that part. So now we can go ahead and brush off this bake that's been sitting on my face. I usually brush my bake off with pressed powder. One, because I use pressed powder for my whole face. To kind of set the makeup in, and two, you eliminate any risk for flashback. I don't usually get flashback from this powder, but it just helps to eliminate that risk. So today I'm using this is shade 360 Mocha, and this is their pressed powder. You can also use their loose powder. I just prefer the pressed powder because I can use it as a foundation as well for days where I don't feel like doing a full face of foundation like what I'm doing right now. And just buff it off. I'm just gonna go ahead and cover my whole face right now since we're already in the process. I didn't lay my baby hairs down, so they're just getting caught up in the brushes. Today, I'm gonna smudge this color a tad with my fingers because that was one spot looked a little bit darker than the other eye. There's the powder. You can also use powder to make sure that you blend your shading, coloring down your neck a little bit better so that everything matches. Okay. So we're done with that powder for now. We've done everything on our faces except for highlighting. I am a highlighter stan. I have way too many highlighters for the average person, you can only use one. Well, you can't only use one at a time, but today we're gonna only use one, which is the Maybelline Master Chrome by Face Studio. This shade is a dupe for Rihanna's Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife. It is the Molten Gold 100. You can see that. I have been in love with this highlighter since I got it. I haven't really went back to any of my other brands of highlighters for quite some time. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go in with this on the cheekbones, a little bit above the cheekbones. And if your skin tone doesn't really work the best with gold, Colourpop also makes really good highlighters. I have some of theirs as well, but this is the one I just chose to use today. And I'm using a blush brush. I find that this works better for me than a fan brush, but I make sure that I only get it on this one side, not on the top, so that it won't look like it just clumped up in one spot on my face. Look at that glow, okay? Look at that glow. It's so pretty. And that's not even a lot on my face right now. Get into the glow. Okay, sis, get into the glow. And just go on the other side as well. And you can see my skin is breaking out a little bit, but Mother Nature waits for nobody, okay? So I'm back. I went ahead and did my eyeliner off camera just because it's easier for me and my hands would have gotten in the way. But I didn't use liquid liner or anything today. I just used the e.l.f. eyeliner pencil. Really inexpensive. It has a sharpener built into it. I just prefer pencils. If I do use a liquid liner, I use the liquid liner pens or pencils, whatever you want to call it, just because it's easier for me to do it that way. Or you can use a brush, like the angle brush that I showed you earlier, which I'm actually about to use a little bit of now. I sharpened my pencil, so I'm just taking that little bit of liner off the pencil onto this brush here, just to get in that spot that I missed a little bit before. And that's just personal preference over using liquid. And I extended it out just a tiny bit because the lashes are gonna come out just a little too. So another tip, if you're not comfortable with liquid, just go ahead and use a pencil. It's not gonna hurt anybody. I'm going this a little bit more because my eyes do water. Okay, so now it's time for lashes. And I usually spray my whole face with setting spray before I start on my lashes. Today I'm using the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Set. This is the bigger bottle that they have. They have a smaller bottle as well. I got this at Target. You can get this at your local drugstore, Walmart, Target, pretty much any store that you have around that sells makeup. So we're gonna go ahead and set. Can't talk today. And I'm just gonna let this sit for a minute. I'm gonna fan it, and then we will get into the lashes. You don't have to fan your setting spray. That's just something that I like to do. So yeah, today we are going to use the Kiss I Envy lashes. They're the So Wispy Removing Hair lashes, number 10. So I got these at my local beauty supply store. But I know they sell Kiss lashes in the drugstore as well. They were only $2, and these are my favorite strip lashes from the drugstore. So I swear by them, I really do. And to apply them, we're going to be using the Duo Lash Glue, the brush on kind. I just find that it's a little bit easier to use the brush on kind so that you can make sure you get it exactly where you want it versus the applicator tip. So, getting my lashes. So I sped up this clip of me putting my lashes on because really it doesn't take me long to do it at all, but I noticed my hand was kind of in the way and you couldn't really see the whole process. I just do my lashes with tweezers and then I make sure to pinch them together with my fingers so you can get the most natural look. If you want to see a lash video, comment in the description box. Okay, I'm back. So now that we have lashes on, the only thing left is lips. So today I'm using 2 colors. Actually, no, I'm only gonna use 1. But typically, I usually use 2. So we're gonna use the Ruby Kisses Auto Lip Liner in the shade Dark Brown. Any dark brown lip liner will work. This is usually found at the beauty supply store, I believe. That's what I got mine from. It was like $2, I want to say. The price will be inserted here, so you should see it in a few seconds, if not already. But any brown lip liner will work. A little bit darker than your skin tone. This is just the one that I like to use. You get a little nice thicker line on the bottom, and then get the top lined as well. And I'm a girl that prefers gloss over matte. So today I'm using the Colourpop Ellery Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Netta. This is like a pinky nude color. It's the perfect nude for me. I love it so much that I bought 2 of them. So this is what I'm going to use today. All right, and there you have it. We have a glowy, glossy drugstore challenge soft glam face. Get into the look, ladies. Get into the look, gents. Let's get into the soft glam situation. Honestly, this came out better than I thought it would. I haven't done a full face in quite some time, and that is the final look. So yeah, that's the final look. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to see any more makeup or beauty challenges from me, comment in the description box what you would like to see. I'm not an expert by any means, but hopefully you guys like this video and come back for the next one. I'll also have all of the products listed in their links and prices in the description box, as well as my social media. So go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Sydney, and I hope to see you back for the next one.